I'm announcing 3 actions that the department is taking to advance environmental justice. First, consistent with the President's executive order on tackling the climate crisis at home and abroad, we are issuing a comprehensive environmental justice enforcement strategy.
He was, but he was also this other thing. He was also this other thing. And that other thing was awful. Awful thing that would come out and take over.
I ain't afraid of no fire!
Associate Attorney General Vanita Gupta will discuss that strategy in just a moment. Second, I'm pleased to announce that we are launching the Justice Department's first ever Office of Environmental Justice to oversee and help guide the Justice Department's wide-ranging environmental justice efforts. Like all parts of government, it will get its own acronym, O.E.J.
Oh my God! Wow!
And third, the Justice Department is issuing an interim final rule that will restore the use of an important law enforcement tool, supplemental environmental projects, subject to new guidelines and limitations that I will also be issuing today. Administrator Regan and I know that the communities most impacted by environmental harm are not isolated in any one part of our country. Environmental crime and injustice touch communities in all our cities, towns, rural areas, and on tribal lands. Although violations of our environmental laws can happen anywhere, communities of color, indigenous communities, and low-income communities often bear the brunt of the harm caused by environmental crime, pollution, and climate change.
Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it.
Give the people bread and circuses, and they shall never revolt. Why? Because they're comfortable. They feel safe. They feel secure. Sure, they're getting their money stolen from them. Yeah, they work 114 to 129 days every single year for the U.S. government, who takes the American tax cattle money and wastes it on a whole bunch of stuff, including doing evil deeds, not only in America, but throughout the world. But they're comfortable. They will never revolt because they love their masters. They love the chains of their own oppression. Just keep us safe. Take whatever you want. Just make sure that I'm safe and my belly's full. Well, one of these days, that belly ain't going to be so full. And those shelves are going to be empty. And then desperate times will be here, and desperate people do desperate things during desperate times. That's why if you have a stash, and you should, over the last, how many years have we been on the internet now? Ever since day one. Oh yeah, Brian, it's never going to happen. That's hyperinflation is never going to happen. It's never going to happen here in America like it did in Zimbabwe. Okay, just wait. I mean, historically speaking, you have a 0% chance of our fiat currency getting out of this thing without going to zero. 0% chance. All currencies in the history of the entire world have gone back to their natural state of zero. The only reason the American dollar is worth anything today is because it's the world's reserve currency. It's backed by the U.S. military-industrial complex and the petrodollar Ponzi scheme. That's the only reason it's worth anything, because people are forced to buy those dollars. It's getting less and less and less. We're going to see a complete collapse of the dollar because you start messing with Russia like United States military industrial complex agents are right now. You start messing with that, and then Russia's going to go, hey, China, why don't we dump the dollar? You know, we're together. If we combine our strengths, we're powerful enough. We got enough weaponry. We definitely have enough manpower, especially in China. So why don't we team up? As a matter of fact, why don't we team up with some more people in the Middle East, and let's get rid of this petrodollar reserve recycling thing. Got a bad taste in my mouth for America. Although on what level is Xi Jinping and Putin and Zelensky and all the others involved in dangling at the end of a bankster string for the you'll own nothing and be happy crowd of the World Economic Forum, the World Demonic Forum? Hey, did you hear about Putin's squads? They surrounded this Ukrainian family in the mountains. And then after killing this teenage boy and the family dog, the Russian soldiers then shot the mother with a child in her arms. That's pretty low down, isn't it? We probably should go after anybody who commits that kind of evil on this earth. Why don't we go after him? Why don't we go after him? Why don't we go after Putin? How dare he do that to a Ukrainian family? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I got my wires crossed. That was the FBI and the ATF and what they did to Randy Weaver at Ruby Ridge. Yeah, that happened on American soil, guys. That happened right under our noses in the land of the free, home of the brave. And yet people are going to go to social media and they're going to change their profile picture and page to the Ukrainian flag, just like they had it changed to the little emoji with the that thing that you can't talk about. Yeah, so there's this outrage. If we found out Putin did this to Ukrainian family, oh man, we're going to go get him. Send the troops, boots on the ground. How much money do you need? Put the Blackhawks in the air. Get the fighter jets dispatched. Get all the, aircraft carriers out there. Get the military industrial complex ramped up. Let's drop a bunch of bombs on Putin for doing this to the Ukrainian family. Wait a second. That was the FBI and the ATF. They did that here. Now, where's the rage? Where's the rage? Oh, there's no rage for that. There's no rage for that, right? Why? Oh, that's right, because you haven't been conditioned and you haven't been manipulated and you haven't been programmed. Remember, it's not called TV programming for nothing. You haven't been programmed by fake stream, CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. That's why you're not saying, hey, let's go after the ATF and the FBI and the CIA and the DEA and the DHS and the TSA and all the alphabet soup agencies who do you wrong every single day of your life, right here on your own home soil. But you're going to go to arms and you're going to change your flag and you're going to, be in the back pocket of the big pharma industrial complex by saying, Anthony Fauci's such a great guy. Why? Because you've been conditioned. Your brains have been tenderized. And of course, I'm talking about the zombie horde masses. It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing how the corporate media oligarchs can manufacture consent. And that is what is happening. We are seeing manufactured consent. It's not enough for the masters to want the slaves to request that they be enslaved a little bit more, to request that the chains be a little bit heavier on her, as long as you keep them safe, as long as you keep us safe. It's not enough for you to request anymore. They want you to demand the chains of your own enslavement. That's why I always say politics is nothing more, nothing less than the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering. We'll see some fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into asking for and demanding the chains of their own enslavement.
While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket-sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.